Being extraordinary is my birthright. Friend, picture this. You're floating on a spinning planet in space made of stardust in a universe so vast that scientists have barely mapped out a fraction of it. And somebody told you that you were ordinary, just average, and you believed them? Now that's crazy. This episode, we are unpacking the sacred reminder that your existence is a miracle, okay? You didn't just show up here by accident, you chose to be here. Now let's get into it. Ready, get set, let's grow. Friends, let's get into the episode on extraordinary. I might be a little dramatic today because this is one of those things that really just tickles my fancy. The affirmation card for today says, friend, don't ever think that you are ordinary when you were born extraordinary. I mean, hello, look at you. And the affirmation is, being extraordinary is my birthright. Hell yeah. Okay? There are so many things, so many structures put in place, so many societal norms, so many people in this world who are influencers, who are telling people that they are ordinary. That is some bullshit. And I am here to let you know today, by scientific and spiritual standards, you are an extraordinary being. Let me get into my personal story here. I'm going to share a little bit of my cosmic makeup that allows me to know how extraordinary I am. I remember a time where I thought I was regular, like just nothing special about me. I'm just a small, I was just one of many out here. And I saw other people doing a lot of things. I saw them doing major things that I couldn't even conceptualize, like how in the hell they could do this. And I assumed that they were different. I assumed that they were chosen. And a lot of people are chosen for the things that we see them doing, like the president, right? That's a chosen thing. But when I started to tap into my spiritual sciences, when I started digging scientifically, spiritually, cosmically, within myself and my divinity, I started to realize something. I'm her. I'm that girl. Yeah, I am. And so are you. And so are you, and you, and you, right? Like, let's take, for example, our birth chart, human design, these spiritual sciences, numerology. I'll start with my birth chart. I'm a Leo sun, Leo moon, Leo Venus, and I have my Jupiter is also in Leo. And if you're not an astrology girl, you could just go ahead and Google that, because that chart in itself let me know I'm here to shine, babe. I radiate naturally. I don't even do it. It's just done for me. I lead with my heart. When you're around me, you will feel that. It's all heart-centered everything. I'm a very passionate person and I'm bold as hell. I can't even help it because by design, that's just how I pulled up to the earth as her, like I didn't make this up. I chose it and it was chosen for me. And this is my assignment here. And then I looked into my human design, which I'm a little newer in. So if you're a human design girly, comment below your human design and what you know about it. I would love to learn from you. But here's what I learned about my human design. I'm a projector with emotional authority and a 4-6 profile. Like I said, I'm still tapping into all that means. But here's the gist. I'm not built for the grind. I'm built to be a guide. I'm here to be invited to support. I am not here to work myself to the death. I'm here to use my experiences to lead others, to guide them to themselves. And that is what I'm doing with From the Ground to the Crown. That is what I've always done as a life coach, as a business coach. I just want to inspire people. I want to shine a light on you so that you see your own way through. Bars. And then to top it off, right? So we've got my human design. We've got the Leo placements in my chart. I also have a Scorpio rising. And if you know anything about astrology, your big three is like the big placements in your chart: your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. So I've got a Leo sun, Leo moon, Scorpio rising. So although I am very bold and I shine and I radiate, my Scorpio rising is a very transformative thing for me. I see through so much. I'm a seer also, like as my cosmic makeup. So I see through things and I know how to move with intention. I know like when to make a move. And although I love to shine, I will peel it all back so that I can transform, so that I can be better than I was before. And I transform constantly. Like today I'm doing podcasting. Tomorrow I might be the principal of a school. I don't know, y'all. Okay, this is just how I move. I love it for me. But that took me knowing myself so that when I am showing up in the world and people with their basic ass energy tries to come for me, I'm like, that's not how I move. I know who I am. You can't tell me anything about myself that I don't already know or am aware of. And I want you at the end of this episode to move with that same assurance that no matter what the influencers say, no matter what the Kevin Samuels of the world have to say, no matter what your mama and your daddy try to tell you, you chose to be here right now. And we're going to get into it. I want you to realize that not only are you now, but you've always been a once in a lifetime phenomenon. Think about how babies are, like people, not even babies, how humans are created. You got a sperm and you got an egg, and there's millions of them, but only one. It only takes one egg, one sperm to make you. Okay, so that in itself is crazy, right? Like, let's really get down to the science of this. Before we do more scientific facts, I want to tap into the root and rise segment of the episode. And in this segment, we take a thought that once had us stuck, we dig deep, and we elevate it to a crown perspective, right? A way to look at things differently. So let's explore a little root of this. There's just this belief out there that, again, you're an ordinary, regular, degular person. And that belief was created for us to stay small, to dim our magic and our light. And again, I'm calling bullshit on it because no, thank you. I pulled up a few facts just about the science of this world, and I want to share those with you. Did you know that you are 1 in 4 trillion? That is the chance of you being born exactly as you are. Now, I don't know who came up with that. That's ChatGPT. But I'm thinking about just literally how scientific that is, that you are 1 in 4 trillion. The second thing is your body houses 37.2 trillion cells, and they work collectively in harmony to keep your ass alive. How do you not feel extraordinary about that? Like, how does that not raise something in you that's like, I'm the one, I'm her, you know? The next thing is there are about 8 billion people on Earth. No one has your fingerprint. No one has your DNA. No one has your voice. No one has your soul. It's just you. 1 in 8 billion? Come on now. Ordinary? How in the hell? Here we go. We're going to keep it moving because like I said, just the drama is here today because what in the what? The last piece is the universe contains 2 trillion galaxies. 2 trillion galaxies. We live in one. We live in the Milky Way. Earth is in the Milky Way. Milky Way is made up of, I think, between 100 and 400 million stars or something like that. And there are 2 trillion galaxies. We've only explored less than 5% of what we know exists in this whatever the hell this thing is that we're in. You think you're ordinary? Please stop playing with yourself out here. Please stop playing with other people out here. Nothing about you is ordinary. You are a cosmic divine being sent here in agreement to do work on this world, in this world. You are it and then some. And I really want you to trust and own that. Outside of astrology, outside of numerology, outside of human design, the facts, the science says you're her. And so you have to own the divine disruption that you are. You have to own that you do not belong in anybody's box. You are a cosmic being. You're a star. You're made up of it. And now it's time for you to act like it. The ism for today's episode is, you beat the odds. Act like it. Outside of all of the shit that you've been through in life, you beat the odds to be born. And then every single day, those 37.2 trillion cells working in harmony to keep you here, that sounds like beating the odds to me. And so we're going to act accordingly. Here are some root questions that I want us to examine so that we get down to where the hell does this ordinary, basic mindset come from? The first question is, what false beliefs have I accepted about being just average? Now, I don't know about y'all, but I did feel like I was just regular, average girl at one point in time. And I grew up in a family that nothing about us is average. And just by being with them long enough, I had to tap into the fact that, yeah, I'm one of them ones. And they hype me up, and we hype each other up. And everywhere I go, I hype women, people up to believe in themselves. That's one of the gifts that I come with. And so as you unpack this question, what false beliefs have I accepted about being just average? Ask yourself where those came from. Was it the TV? Was it school? Was it your family? And you can let it go. If it doesn't apply, what do? We let it fly. And that's what we're going to do about these false beliefs. The second question is, how often do I minimize my wins, beauty, or intelligence out of fear? Now, going to school was tough growing up because I was very intelligent and I was around people who were not tapping into their intelligence enough. And so sometimes I would not answer questions right, or, just play a little dumber because I wanted to have friends. What kid doesn't? That was the most painful thing I could have ever done to myself because it would literally hurt my brain to try to play dumb. And I recognized that the fear of not having friends was that driving force in being, dimming myself. And after a while, I had to let that go because these kids, if y'all don't want to read, that's on you, babe. If you don't want to study, that's your problem. But I'm smart. I'm intelligent. Okay? And I'm acting accordingly. And so how often, if you had to reflect and look in your life, how often do you minimize your wins, your beauty, and your intelligence out of fear of what people may say or think? And how do you dial that back so that you can pop your shit and not care about what people think about you? Because regardless of what they think or not think, you still are who you are. You're still winning. You're still beautiful. You're still intelligent. You might as well show up in all of that. The last question is, what limiting story am I ready to let go of today? This is real time shit, y'all, okay? I went to the dentist yesterday because I'm getting some work done on my mouth. And as I was sitting in the dentist chair, I kept thinking about the cost of the work that I'm getting done. I just kept thinking about, oh my God, this is so expensive. This is so expensive. Like, wow, this is so, for teeth? I can't. And then I was like, wait a minute. Now, I'm not rich yet. I'm not wealthy as I want to be yet. But I can afford this. And it is my divine right to upgrade this meat suit to match the frequency of where I'm going. So yeah, even though it's going to cost me a little money, I'm paying for it because I deserve it. Could I possibly get it a little cheaper? I'm sure I could. But fuck that. I deserve my teeth to be the way that I want them to be. And I deserve to be able to afford it because I can. And I deserve to make my meat suit, right? To upgrade this avatar to match the frequency of where I'm headed. So cash out. Here's the money. Let's do this. And I rejected the limiting story that things are too expensive for me, that they cost too much more than I can afford, that, oh, I need to find a discount to be able to, invest in myself. Hell no. I'm paying what it costs because I want to be the boss. Bar. Y'all, like I said, I'm excited about this episode. Okay, so if you hear me rapping, it's just naturally coming out of me. And I want you to, again, examine what limiting story are you ready to let go of today? Is it that you can't afford things? Is it that you don't deserve? Is it that love never finds you because you don't deserve to be loved? Whatever limiting story you keep on repeat, cut that off and let's put in a new tape, because it's time to upgrade ourselves. Now, as we reflect on those root questions, let's go ahead and shift to the rise part of this episode. Let's elevate the truth that you and yourself are the universe in motion, made up of all the things that make us work. You're not a mistake here. You're not an accident here. This is my belief. We agree to come here. We got to agree with the soul contracts. We got to agree with our mama and our daddy. We agree to be pull up here as a cosmic masterpiece. This is not just you fell out the sky and boom, you don't know what the hell is going on. No, you have an assignment here. You came here because you are extraordinary. You didn't mistakenly just pull up to this place. And when you don't do the extraordinary things that you're supposed to do, you're kind of hurting yourself. You're hurting your soul. You are falling short of your mission here. Extraordinary is not something that you become. It's something that you remember. You are just recalling all of the things that you agreed to come here with. And then you're using that force to drive everything you do here. It doesn't matter what I've done in this world, whether it is throw myself a birthday party or write a letter. It's extraordinary. I put my heart, soul, spirit, gifts, everything into everything that I do because I have the belief, I own the truth that I am extraordinary. And so it's natural for the things that I produce to also be extraordinary because I have the belief. And you don't have to fake it. You just have to be. And so once you recognize, own, and tap into the truth that you are extraordinary, once you remember that truth, everything that you produce will feel according. It will feel accordingly to the extraordinary being that you are. Let me share a few more scientific, cosmic, spiritual things that I looked up. Here are some rise points that I want to start with before I share the reflection question. You are made of stardust. Your atoms were formed inside of ancient stars way back when. That's how we came to be. Okay? Like I was sharing earlier, our galaxy has about 4 trillion stars. The observable universe holds 2 trillion galaxies. And here you are. Damn, friend. What more do I have to share? That's extraordinary that we are here. Your human design and your astrology and your numerology, like your life path, can help to reveal the uniqueness of your rhythm, of your soul print here, and your assignment, what you are supposed to be doing here. So I want to encourage you to tap into the resources, and I'll actually share them with you. I'll share resources after this episode drops so that you can find your astrology, your numerology, and your human design if you wish. But once I tapped into those spiritual sciences, I began to uncover exactly what my assignment is here and how I go about pursuing it and executing it. Now, we've got some energetic uniqueness to ourselves, right? We know that our fingerprint is one in however many people are here, 1 in 8 billion. We know that our DNA, our energy, our energetic makeup, even our voice, it is very individual. It is only you. No one Not even AI can replicate that to the T. You get what I'm saying? That in itself is extraordinary. I'm trying to drive this to you because wow. How dare you believe you're just average? How dare you believe you're just ordinary when all of the cosmos came together to make just one of you? How dare you? It's like rude. Okay? Just don't be rude to the divine. And the last piece is, if you wake up every day, if you sustain breath overnight without doing anything, and you wake up today, you still have a mission here. There is still work to be done. If you have breath and you have life, you've got an assignment. And that in itself makes this whole thing extraordinary. Here's the Rise reflection question that I would like you to unpack with me, and then take it away and sit with it yourself and see what comes up for you. What have I been taught to believe is impossible for me? What have you been taught? If you ask me today, what can't you do? And people ask me that all the time when they see the resume and they hear about all the things that I've ever done. They say, what can't you do? And I said, the only thing that is impossible, and now it's not even impossible, but the only thing that I know that I can't do is get taller. I haven't figured it out yet. I know they have those knee surgeries, but I'm not down for that at this point. If anybody asks y'all, I'm 5'2". Okay? But when people meet me, they can't even believe that. They're like, I don't know what you can't do. Yeah, neither do I. I just don't get taller. But outside of that, nothing is impossible for me. I can change my mind. I can change my life. I can change my hair. I can do whatever I want to do here because I am extraordinary. And I believe it to be true. I only wanted to share one Rise question today because, again, I think when you are starting to do the work to believe how extraordinary you are, there's a lot more to get to the root of than there is to rise to. Because once you unpack all the limitations, you recognize that it just comes out naturally. That once you understand your extraordinariness, that you rise naturally. It just happens. And so again, one reflection question today for the Rise is just, what have I been taught to believe is impossible for me? Unpack that. And then let's undo it together. So for some additional spiritual context, I know I shared a few of my birth chart placements earlier, but if you wanted to look into your cosmic blueprint, here are some things that you should look and examine to understand more about yourself. Like I said, your sun, moon, rising sign. Also look for your Venus and Jupiter, your Mars sign, and your North Node. For my chart, again, Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Venus, Leo Jupiter, really here to just shine in all the ways. And then the Scorpio rising is about being in depth and transformative. I have a Mars in Taurus, so I move with a lot of grounded power. My North Node is in Aquarius, and I'm here to lead with innovation and vision. And when you put all those things together, you literally have this podcast, right? This is all that I'm doing here, from the ground to the crown. And then my human design, again, the projector, right? Emotional authority, 4-6 profile. I love connecting. I love being a guide. I am here to lead through my experience here. And so that's why I share in the way that I share with you, because I want to lead you to yourself through what I've experienced and what I've grown to believe. And once you understand your spiritual blueprint, I know that it will tap into something up here that connects it here and here, so that you don't question ever how extraordinary you are. You just own it. You are not here by accident. You are here on assignment. And understanding yourself, understanding that you're not ordinary, that you never were, understanding that you are the answer to a divine equation that could not be solved any other way. That is how extraordinary you are. And I hope that you remember that Being extraordinary is your birthright. It just is. No one can give it to you and no one can take it away. Remember, friends, when doubt starts to creep in, I want you to do this final journal prompt, and the response to this question will help you when that doubt starts to pop up. Why did I choose to be born now, in this lifetime, in this world? That is the prompt. Why did I choose to be born now, in this lifetime, in this world? I don't know about y'all, but I know humans are not the only things existing in this galaxy, in any of the galaxies. So why did you choose to be here on Earth with people right now in this lifetime? Unpack that for yourself, and I hope that it triggers something in you that truly cements in your spirit how divine and how extraordinary you are. That's all I have for today, y'all. I am done. I'm so grateful that you tapped in again. As always, please like, subscribe, comment, and share this episode with someone who needs a cosmic clap back, okay? To remind them that they are the one. Don't forget to rate and leave a review if this podcast has spoken to you. And if you want to help choose future topics for the episode and help share some experience so that I have more to give, please comment, join below so that I can send you the link to my Instagram broadcast channel. It's a smaller, more intimate community of people that I just share my shit with and ask questions and poll every now and then to figure out what I'm going to talk about next. I would love for you to join me over there. Also, make sure you follow on Instagram the podcast and my personal page, and on Threads at it's Kenesha B, and at To The Crown Pod. That's the number 2, The Crown Pod. We're growing every single day, and I couldn't be happier about all the things that are coming my way. Thank you so much again for joining me. And next episode, we're talking about creative. The affirmation is about being creative. As always, sending you mad love. Ready? Get set. Let's grow.